I didn't know I could do that. Um, I'm looking for something on Netflix to put on in the background really quickly that I am actually going to pay attention to once I get this out. However, the point of this is getting older is realizing that although I love Titanic and probably watch it maybe once a year, maybe once every other year, Rose was problematic for Cal, for her mother, and for Jack. She was selfish. And I think less people, i.e., Jack, would have died, potentially. At least in this story, not the actual Titanic. If it wasn't for Rose, he could have probably lived. If her ass hadn't give up 2 seats on 2 boats, if she hadn't been running around town and playing in her rich-ass fiance's face, and he really, kept coming. He kept giving you, we're going to move past this. I'm going to pretend this never happened. And that's wild for the time, too, because, women didn't have the same type of rights. And she still was playing as if she had all the options. Her mom and her family had money. They didn't have money. Rose was their saving grace, and she still played in their face. With a homeless man she knew for less than 24 hours and gave up, again, once the problematic iceberg. But, iceberg's going to do what iceberg going to do. The boat is sinking. She gave up an actual seat in the boat twice. And 2 people died. They didn't have seats because they gave them to her. And then she would jump off. We already knew they weren't putting enough people on the boats. But then the ones that did get on the boat, Rose in first class, at least twice, still would get on the boat and then jump off the boat. Get on the boat, jump off the boat. If Jack wasn't so worried about saving this heifer several times, even though she had already gotten on lifeboats also, he could have focused on saving himself because he would have only had to worry about himself. And then even after the boat sunk, he still didn't get his ass on that door, even though we all know there was room for both. She had the coat, she had the life vest, and she was on the goddamn door. This dude was in a sheer ass linen white shirt in the Atlantic in negative something degree water. Don't be surprised when he died, girl. Don't be surprised. I'm surprised he made it this far. Wild. Also, and because she's selfish, she went on and lived first off, Cal on the Carpathia or whatever the boat that was saved him. She was like, I don't know that man. Playing again. Mother never probably got over it, thinking her daughter died. Her mom was problematic, but she was still your mom. She wasn't so problematic. And the concept of trauma and narcissism of the world, she was not. Cal slapped her before her mom did. Your mom thought you died. Selfish. Then you went off and married some dude, but you spent your whole life obsessed with the one dude you met for 24 hours on a boat, even though you were selfishly using him, manipulating him to live vicariously because you have the privilege of doing it, because you have money. Then you spent all of that fantasizing about the man you met for one day. That man lived a whole life with you, gave you children. You went on adventures. Someone loved you after this, loved you, and you still played in that man's face. She is so problematic. She's so selfish. Then, when she sees, on the news, shout out to my man, Bill Paxton. That hurt my feelings. I love Bill Paxton, not just for Twisters, more importantly, for True Lies, and for Aliens too. Okay, so you see Bill Paxton saying, does anybody know the girl, this butt naked heifer with this big ass diamond? Got a free trip out there, bought her entire existence with her. Then wasted 2 days telling us a story that rarely mentioned the diamond, about how you played in everybody's face. And look, we should have known that you be playing in everybody's face. But no, we sat there and listened. Nice story. It was real nice. Played in everybody's face in the story. Played in their face. Because at the end of it, you didn't even have the diamond. Why are you here? 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 You didn't do anything more for us than what was on the picture. You could have just been like, this was a phone call for free, probably. All of that to get the free ass ride and the resources and going selfish. And then turns out you had the diamond the whole time. And then because you're selfish, threw that shit into the ocean. And then decided to die. I'm ready now. She is problematic. As I've gotten older, I was like, and I rewatched it in the last couple of years, like last 2-3 years, I was like, wait a minute. Now, Jack is a scoundrel, okay? He was pushing up on that lady. You know, he was playing. But Jack gonna be what Jack is, you know. He gonna do that. He's a hobosexual, okay? Hobosexual. And she was trifling and selfish. But like, out of all the problematic people, because cows should not be hitting women, her mom, girl, don't put that kind of pressure on me. That's a lot. But also, I understand the time, you know. She was the most selfish. She was the most selfish. She did not sacrifice anything for anyone. There was never a moment where she was the one giving up something for someone else. She was a burden, and everybody kept trying to save her and help her and rescue her, and it cost people their lives, people their opportunities to live. It cost so much. Rose is trifling, and getting older is realizing Rose was the problem. Her and that iceberg were the problem. She was problematic. Rose was the problem. The end.